So I was at work the other day and I noticed the calendar was still May. So I went to flip it to June. When I flipped it, I saw something on the 9th called Donald Duck Day. And I thought to myself, what the fuck is that? Turns out Donald Duck Day was a holiday established by the LA mayor Tom Bradley in 1984 in honor of Donald Duck's 50th anniversary of his first appearance in film. This got me curious and I decided to check out some of his early shorts. And then I decided to make a video, because why not? So today I'm going to be taking a look at his first appearance in a short, his first appearance with Mickey Mouse, and his first solo short, and what might be considered his most infamous short. Oh boy, that one's going to be fun. Starting off, we have his first ever appearance, The Wise Little Hen. So this one's just about a mother hen who asks Donald and some fucking pig to help her with her corn farming, but they pretend to have stomach problems to get out of helping her. And then she does it all by herself with her kids and eats the corn with her children, and Donald and the pig don't get any. That's it. It's pretty interesting to me that Donald Duck, this massive icon, got his start as a minor character in this short film. Honestly, you could just remove him from it and it wouldn't really change that much. I mean, he does add some to it, but like, the short still works without him. Honestly, the pig has a bit of a larger presence than him. The pig's kind of like the main one. Donald's sort of like his lackey friend. But yeah, I don't have too much to say about this short. It's basically just don't be a lazy dick who doesn't help people, because then you won't get anything. That's basically all it is. It's only really memorable because it's Donald Duck's first appearance. Aside from that, it's just whatever. His first appearance was June 9th, 1934, and later that same year he would have his first team up with Mickey Mouse in the short called Orphan's Benefit. Something you'll immediately notice about this short is how fucking small Donald is. I mean, he is really fucking tiny in this. Like, he's half the size of fucking Mickey. The short also features characters like Goofy, which also makes this the first Donald and Goofy crossover, I think. The short's about a show Mickey Mouse is putting on for a bunch of orphans. This is definitely a short where you see a lot more of Donald's personality. He's much more defined here as a short duck with an anger problem who threatens to assault children. Although, to be fair to him, they were kind of trying to kill him. As for the short, it once again is just fine. It's more entertaining than the last one, but still nothing great. I will say it definitely stands on its own, I feel, more than the hen one, but it's just whatever, I think. About 3 years would go by before Donald would finally get his first official solo short, Don Donald, or as I like to call it, Donald's Toxic Relationships. In this short, Donald does cultural appropriation, tries to fuck some other duck, sells his donkey for a car, and then proceeds to be murdered by said car. This one is sadly once again just fine. There's some decent slapstick, but there's nothing really that stand out. I think his follow-up shorts like Modern Inventions are better, but this one's okay. I will say I like the ending with the donkey laughing at him for being a jackass, but I just don't think there's much to say about it. The next one, on the other hand, Der Fuhrer's Face. Oh boy. So this short came out in 1943 and was originally going to be called Donald Duck's Nazi Nightmare. But it was changed to fit in line with the short's popular soundtrack, which was released before the film. This one is basically just anti-Nazi propaganda. It's meant to be somewhat of a fuck you to Hitler, but oh boy, has it been taken out of context by the internet. Scenes of Donald Duck shouting Heil Hitler have become pretty infamous, and out of context, it's real bad. Especially the depictions of the Japanese. Yikes. Despite being somewhat outdated and offensive, I actually really like this one. Donald Duck just slowly going insane while living in repressive Nazi Germany is really fucking funny. The timing on a lot of the jokes hit well, and it's mostly just non-stop. I like how he has to constantly keep his mouth shut despite the fact he's clearly getting pissed and hates it there. But he can't say anything or else he'll die. It's pretty fucked up, but it adds to the comedy and makes the conclusion where he freaks out and has a mental breakdown before waking up in the US work pretty well. I can also appreciate that it's clearly meant to just be a nice, fun short to make people laugh during a time that was not remotely funny at all. And yes, it is kinda outdated, but once again, for the time that it came out, I imagine it was what a lot of people needed and wanted from a Donald Duck short about the Nazis. This is also not remotely even the most offensive thing Disney has ever made. I'd argue something like Pocahontas, which came out over 50 years later, is far more offensive. At least fucking Der Fuhrer's face was just made to be funny. Unlike with Pocahontas, which was made to just be Oscar bait and completely changed historical events for the sake of pandering to the Oscars. That's pretty fucked up if you ask me. So that's some of the classic Donald Duck shorts. I don't think a lot of them are particularly great, but none of them were awful. And even the one that's outdated is understandably outdated, and it's still pretty funny. I'd have to say Der Fuhrer's face was my favorite out of them all. I just think it was more interesting and had a lot more going for it than the others. Despite not liking most of them, I can see what makes Donald a beloved character in each of them. His distinct voice, character design, and rowdy personality are what keep the character a popular icon, and I don't think he's gonna be going away anytime soon. I'm sure he'll continue to be an icon for years to come. Even after we're all dead and gone, he'll live on. Immortal, watching everyone who loves him die, forever being under the thumb of a money-hungry mouse, slowly becoming numb to everything in life until one day he finally stops making the money and is no longer necessary and will be able to receive the sweet embrace of death. Yeah, okay, bye.